Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. To listen to philosophy, one needs to be very awake and alert. But to listen to a story, we ever ready. One of the very first stories I heard Swami Chinmaya say was in a video where he's talking to kids. It's a story of a little mouse who runs to a sage, shaking and shivering. The sage, with great compassion, looks down at the mouse and says, "What's wrong?" And the mouse says, "There's a cat, and it will eat me. Help." And so the sage chants a magical mantra, and voila, the mouse turns into a tomcat. With its hair spiked up, it walks with a confident gait around the house for about a day or two. And then that cat comes shivering back to the sage, trembling in fear. And the sage says, "What's wrong?" And the cat replies, "There's a dog." "Oh dear." And the sage chants another magical mantra, and voila, the cat turns into a big Alsatian dog. It now barks louder and chases all the other dogs away. About a month passes this time, until the dog comes running with its tail between its legs, shivering and shaking. And the sage says, "What's wrong?" And the dog says, "There's a lion at the edge of the forest." And the sage sighs and says, "Well, it really doesn't matter what I turn you into, for your heart is still of a mouse," and turns him back into a mouse. Can our heart really be that of a mouse? Our heart is the most sacred part of us, as per the scriptures. When we use the word heart in our everyday language, we usually talk about it as our emotions. And at the most, we talk about it as the seat of nobility. But Ramana Maharishi, one of the greatest saints of India, talks about the heart as the very soul itself. It is within the heart, the spiritual heart, that the connection between the individuality and divinity is made. The very core of who we are is infinite. When we peel away the layers of our personality, when we peel away the layer of our personality that thinks we're the body, when we peel away all our likes and dislikes, our memories, our personality traits, our attitudes, when we peel away even our desires that drive us to be the people we are, when we peel away our beliefs and the definitions that create our life, all that's left is life itself in its purest form. And that pure life, untainted by any thought or any limitation, is our heart. It is infinite. It is divine. It is God itself. Our heart is our connect to divinity. The Chalisa ends with saying, Pavanatanaya Sankataharana Mangalamuritiru, this most auspicious form of Hanumanji that is so incredibly purifying. We request this idol that represents divinity. Rama Lakkhana Sita Sahita Hridaya Baso Surabhu. Please come and reside in my heart with Sri Ram, joy, Lakshman, dispassion, discipline, objectivity, Sita, peace and love. If Hanumanji resides in our heart, he has imbibed within him joy, discipline, virtue, dispassion, objectivity, and peace. May my heart, the personality layer within me, have these qualities. so that I can go even deeper within my heart to find the divine core of my being. Stay in my heart so that I may find myself. Sometimes the heart knows things the mind can never explain. And even though we try to explain divinity by saying infinite and eternal and untainted and imperishable, they remain but words. When we absorb ourselves at the very core of who we are, in just life itself, we will radiate that light. It will engulf us and emanate around us. Let Him indeed remain forever in our hearts. It is with great gratitude that I have had this opportunity to reflect on these profound verses, and I've certainly thought about them in depth. May you too.